What's going on, everyone? It's Dan here. Welcome finally to my E3 recap, review, and thoughts video where I discuss my take on how E3 was for E3 2013. Now, I have here a composed list of all I'm going to be talking about mainly, but the biggest thing on everyone's minds is most likely, what do I think of the PS4 and Xbox One? What are my thoughts to what they're bringing to the table? Some of the faults that they may have, let's just put that out there right now, and as well as some of the games that they're getting, maybe exclusively or not, as well as a complete list of games that somewhat captured my interest at E3 this year. Now, first thing I want to start off, I'm not going to go into the games just yet. I'm actually going to explain my thoughts on the battle between Xbox One and PS4, where my loyalties lie, what I plan on doing later this year with the two consoles, and basically a whole all-around thought process on these two systems, okay? So, now, upon the press conference, the original press conference for the PS4 back in, I believe it was May, no, might have been April, or I think it was April, actually, where they basically showed you some of the things that would be happening with the PS4. They didn't actually show the PS4 itself. They showed a couple things like the actual controller, a few things it could do, a few titles that were possibly that were in development for the console, but really that was about it. You know, just kind of teasing you a little bit, just letting you know it's called PS4, and we're going to cater to gamers, game developers, and as a whole. Basically, we're going to that. We're going to make it easy to make games on our console. We're going to make it entertaining for gamers and non-gamers alike to use the console for various things, especially gaming. And you know, just they're not going all crazy with stupid, ridiculous things, which is what I'm glad to hear. Now, okay. So, a few weeks later, I'm not sure how many, maybe 3 weeks or something like that. Actually, late May. Alright, well, anyway, just about a month later, Microsoft, decided to release information on the new Xbox. And I recorded my reactions. I was mainly confused during the entire course of the press conference, because I didn't really understand what they were showing me. I understood a few things, but really, like, what they're trying to do with the Xbox, it's really pissing people off, known as the Xbox One. It is a stupid name. It really is when you think about it, because what? When you say Xbox One, which Xbox are you referring to? The original Xbox that came out in 2001, aren't you? That's what I would think. It's faster than saying Xbox first generation, or the first Xbox that ever released in the world. And I'm talking about the one that, like, started Microsoft's console, you know. No, now you have to you're taking 359 steps backwards to Xbox One. I honestly would have preferred Xbox 720. That's my opinion, okay? But here's the other issue. They released things, the whole press conference of this reveal showed what the Xbox could do. They actually showed the Xbox, which looked like a giant cable box to me. It's huge. Like, honestly, it looks like a VCR or any sort of cable box that you can get from your local service provider. It looks bulky, it looks stupid, and kind of, it looks ridiculous. What they're trying to do with this console is basically take away from the fact that it's a gaming console and turn it into a entertainment console, kind of like an Apple TV or a Google TV, something like that, a media sharing device. That's what they're trying to do with it, or at least that's what I think. And it's like they're kind of, in order to do that, they have to kind of get rid of a few aspects of gaming, which is what the console is for. So Microsoft is making a huge mistake with the direction they're going, and they're actually basically digging their own grave with this new console. What they should have done was still made the Xbox, gave it a better name, branded it towards gamers only, and yeah, go ahead, make yourself like, I don't know, Microsoft TV. Call it that. I don't care. Make it a Microsoft TV. And do what Google is doing, and take all the features that you have from the Xbox One that nobody really wants as gamers, and put it into this new device. Those people who want those features will go out and buy it if they like Microsoft enough. So you're not gonna lose money. You're actually gonna gain it, no problem. Okay, so seeing that conference, I was confused. I don't know, man. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really care, but regardless, I was like, you know what? It's early. They're just showing little things. They're just, like I said, they're teasing you a lot, like Sony did with the PS4 initial reveal, and they're saving all the good stuff for E3. Okay. E3 comes along. The first press conference I decide to watch is the Microsoft one. I'm like, I want to know, are they going to save themselves? Are they going to redeem all the things that they screwed up on? No, they did not. In fact, they made things worse. What they did, in a nutshell, was show, like, besides the stupid things about nonstop sports partnerships and EA, like they're working hand in hand, EA and Microsoft, to fuck the customer even more. But they are also, like, they have exclusive... Okay, just a minute. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make this down. They did not redeem themselves with all these rumors. And before I get any further, I am going to bring up a list I have on my computer here of all the things that Xbox One screws you over, okay? Actually, you know what? Stay with me for 2 seconds. Just a minute. Xbox One. I'm just trying to see versus PS4. I'm just going to put that. There's got to be a list somewhere. Here it is, I think. No, that's tech specs. Oh, shit. Image it. No! God damn it. Sorry. I should have had this prepared, but I didn't think I wanted to look at the specs. Excuse me. I think this is a list that I want to read. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry. No, wait, what the hell? Sorry, I... Alright, this will do. This list will do. Okay. So here's a few things that are wrong with Xbox One that is really good. I don't understand how you can charge $499. It's $500 console on release. Okay? And you have these restrictions. It's basically turning into a PC. Basically, the whole point of getting a console was to eliminate the complications of PC style gaming. Even though PC gaming is ultimately the ideal when gaming, it does require a little bit more time, money, and a few other things to put in. Not everyone has that. If you buy a console, you get it all. It's all the same. Buy a game, you don't have to constantly upgrade your parts. Okay. Let me read a few things from this list. I'm sure everyone already knows about. This is the things you cannot do. You cannot play games unless you're connected to the internet once every 24 hours. If you do not have an internet connection, or your internet drops every so often, you can't play this console or any games whatsoever. So what happens if your power goes out? I think Microsoft said that gives you an hour to get reconnected. As soon as that happens, you're done. The console stops working. If you're in the middle of a game, you get fucked. It's done. Why would you do that? Why would you limit your customer base like that? What you're doing, if people who live out in the boonies, or say you're in the military, you don't have internet connections or very strong internet connections out in Afghanistan, like for the military, for example, or you live out, like I said, in the boonies and the internet's not very strong and your connections drop all the time, how are you going to play this console? You're not. That's the problem. Why would you do that? What's the point of online all the time? There's absolutely no benefit from it. It makes no sense. Yeah, maybe updates will install easier. Who fucking cares? They can install their update when they want. This is restricting gamers, and people aren't going to be able to play your console, okay? That's something else. And yeah, and that also includes single-player games. Doesn't matter if you're playing multiplayer. Doesn't matter what you're doing, okay? You cannot disconnect the Kinect sensor. If you take that Kinect sensor out, the new one, it does not operate. The Xbox does not operate. How stupid is that? So what if you're having a conversation, okay? Having a conversation in your own home, and your Xbox One happens to be right there. What happens if, for example, you accidentally mention the word Xbox? Whoop! Time for me to get up. It's time. It's working time. Clocking in Time to get to work. Like, I don't want to have to yell at my Xbox to do everything it wants. Voice commands, it's interesting, but it's so much tougher. Like, I mean, it's so much easier just to grab a controller and literally just, or hit A or whatever, just hit the simple button or the flick of a stick or whatever to do what you want to do. You shouldn't have to use voice commands and wave your arms around like an idiot, okay? That's always the thing. The Kinect's been a failure, and they think by putting a 1080p camera in it, it makes it all better, okay? You cannot lend games physically. Like, you cannot take an Xbox game and give it to a buddy like this. You know what it says, though? You know what they said you can do? You can take anybody in your house and lend the game along a gold membership. Congratulations. So people in your house can play with you. Thank you for that, because otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to. Like, how stupid. Obviously, you can do that. If you took away the ability... Oh, like, look, what happens? The Kinect sees someone walking in the room, and they slam the door and lock it so that only the person playing can enjoy it. Is that what you're going to do? Because that seems like what they're going for on this one. Anyway, you cannot rent games. Basically, actually, that's kind of not true. You can rent games. That's all you're doing. You don't pay for the game. You're renting the game in its entirety for a very long time. You don't actually own these games, which is really offensive. You pay $60 for a title. You go home, you should be able to play it at your own will. You should be able to do what you want with the disc. You shouldn't have to say if you want to lend it to a buddy, he pops the disc in. It's a used copy because you've already played it. And he gets a fee saying, oh, you have to pay $10 to play this game. Fuck you. I'll do what I want. If I want to lend my game to my friend to try out, I'll damn well do that. It doesn't matter. Well, you can't force me to make an extra buck because he didn't pay for the game. What if it's a shitty game? You want to make money off shitty games? Of course you do. They all do. A lot of these publishers are doing this sort of thing. That's what the point of online passes was all about. Anyways, you can't... Okay, so trade games freely. So let's read this here properly. Only pre-approved retailers can accept your trade-ins, meaning most likely GameStop, BB Games. If you guys go there, yeah, you're most likely going to be able to bring them in. But if you go to a local game store, say you're in a smaller town, you don't have a big chain GameStop in your town, but you have a small local game retailer that does sell new games. They won't be doing it. So you can't get cheaper games by buying used games or trading in your old games that you don't want anymore to save on them later down the road, okay? It's ridiculous. So yeah, so basically that means no independent game stores, that like I was saying. And since it also notes here, that's a very good point, there is less competition, you won't get the same trade-in credit. You'll be getting screwed for your games. Okay? So that's a very good point that this person made. And no, you cannot sell games freely either. In order to sell a game to someone, you must have been friends with them for over 30 days on your Xbox Live friends list. Thank you, Microsoft, for that. You are truly gods. You want to make sure the friend can be trusted by having them there for 30 days. What if he's your buddy you've known for life, and he just so happens to have got an Xbox Live membership? Thanks, And then they will not be able to sell it afterwards. So you can only give it to them one time, and then that's it. That game's locked out digitally. So you tell me all this crap. How is this console worth $500? The trade-ins alone, the fact that it has to be online at all times, you may not be able to even play this console if you don't have an internet connection. It just doesn't make any sense. And Xbox One, when I watched the conference, they didn't save themselves. They didn't deny this. They actually put this official statement out, and they didn't retract it, okay? And not only that, but they showed some of their games. I'll get to them later. Not even look that great. But the thing that sucks about this, now before I even officially mention what my plans are going to be, I'm going to start talking about the PlayStation 4, okay? So, I watched the Sony press conference later, or I believe it was the next day and early in the morning. I watched the replay. And I got to say, I've mentioned this before, okay? I've dominantly got most of my games on Xbox 360 because I've been a Microsoft, well, not so much a Microsoft, but I've been like an Xbox user for a lot longer than I've been a PlayStation user, and that's the fact. So I prefer how the games feel on a controller. They're easier to record. I mean, usually it doesn't make a difference, but you have to do less crap to get it going. Now, keep that in mind, okay? I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I'm neither fanboy, okay? Oh, spitting a little bit there. Sorry about that. I'm not a fanboy of any console. I love watching these Microsoft and Sony fanboys, like, yelling at each other in comments. It's so stupid. Like, I mean, I just think it's the best thing. I laugh. I'm like, I don't care. You can insult Xbox all you want. Because each party makes valid points. Now, from all this, being a neutral party, but however dominantly taking Microsoft games, like whenever I have a cross-platform game and it's on like available on all consoles, usually I'll get it on Xbox unless I switch it out. Okay? Well, upon watching the Sony conference and the Microsoft conferences, I have never switched sides so fast. I am now a Sony supporter 100%. So what does that mean? Well, before I get into that, let me explain some of the things that Sony brought to the table. Basically, they showed their games that they were coming out, which looked great. Some of their exclusives look really awesome. Like I said, I'll get to those soon enough. But they also basically directly denied everything that Xbox is doing for their console. They're not doing any of this. You can trade your game. You can literally go up to somebody. Here's my Last of Us game. Here you go, friend. Enjoy. It was a great title. Whatever. They even made a parody video on that. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. But Sony made a video joking, making fun of Microsoft. Go watch it. It's hilarious. Look it up. Like, say, it's like PS4, how to lend games or something like that. And literally, it's like a 30-second video. It just shows Vice President, I can't remember their name, the Japanese guy, and the Vice President, or the President and the Vice President, or something like that. And he's just like, here you go, friend. And he hands him a game. And they both look at the camera and smile. And I think that's so funny because that's all it is. That's how it should be. So it's not online 24/7. There's no rental game crap. There's no Connect sensor crap. There's no sensor, you can be offline. There's no restrictions. You don't have to pay for a game twice. You can trade your games in. If you have it on PS4, you can trade them in to a small-time GameStop, or sorry, not just GameStop, a small-time retail, and buy it used later. If it's PS4, isn't that hilarious? Everything Microsoft did, fucked themselves. They fucked themselves. Because in terms of tech specs, both consoles are about the same. Okay, give or take, right? But the PS4 has no restrictions, has none of this bullshit, none of it. And it's $100 less. It's $399 instead of Xbox's $499. They've won. They have won. Sony kicked Microsoft's ass at E3. Sony took it hands down. Even Nintendo took it a little bit more. And that's hilarious because the Wii U is a huge flop, but they got some good looking games coming out. So I think it's hilarious that Microsoft shunned their entire fan base by what they're doing. And not only that, but, sorry, just looking at the time here. But not only that, but they still don't realize it. They don't realize what they've done, and they're not changing it. If I were them, I'd be like, oh shit, we gotta do something. We gotta change this. We gotta change this firmware. We gotta do this and that and the other thing. They're not. They're leaving it. They're gonna screw themselves. When this Xbox One comes out, I hope to God, most people have a sense of, have a noggin up here, and if you're caught between two consoles, you will pick the PlayStation 4. Okay, I'm actually encouraging everybody who doesn't want both, wants one or the other, get the PS4. Fuck Xbox One and fuck Microsoft. Okay, simply put, no question. So because of all this and how I feel on it, what is my take? What am I going to be doing this fall or holiday 2013 when both systems come out? Right now, I have pre-orders on both systems. Now, depending on how strongly I feel, and I'm very strongly on this. I'm just holding it there early in case last minute they make changes and they go, oh my God, no, I can cancel that pre-order and move it to the PS4 one. Okay, it's that simple. Like I said, I'm leaving it open. The only thing that's really going to hurt me about if I wouldn't get an Xbox One is some of the great exclusive series that I love. You know what I mean? There's certain series that I love to death on there. Like, let's take an example. if there's a new Mass Effect title, now they said this is going to be the last. Mass Effect 3 was the last one in the series, well, the main series, and the next Mass Effect you're playing is someone else, which would be great. But if it's not, and it's another Shepard-based thing, I don't know if it is, but I wouldn't be able to carry any saves over. You know, I know that's not a huge deal, but at the same time, it does affect you, okay? But since they wouldn't make another game until the next console, I doubt the saves would carry over anyway, so it doesn't matter. But everything on there, everything that Microsoft's bringing to the table, they have their usual thing. A lot of companies have partnerships with them now, like EA and whatnot. So Call of Duty, exclusive maps getting there first. What else is new? I mean, Call of Duty Ghost, you know, we're going to exclusively take rights and therefore get them 3 months before PC and PS4 are getting them. So, haha, we win the day. We win the game. We got it. We got the fan base. We got the Call of Duty fans. Do you, though? I hope not. I hope these Call of Duty boys are not so stupid they don't have their heads up their ass that they'll strictly buy an Xbox One to get something early like that. I certainly hope not, because that is just stupid. But that's their fault, okay? That's their fault if they're doing that. Okay? So, Xbox One is a big failure. Hell, it may actually get owned by the Wii. The Wii U may beat it. I don't know. I don't really care about the Wii U. But from the way things are looking, I may strictly be playing PS4 games once it comes out. As of now, that's how it's looking, guys. And I know that's funny. A lot of Sony guys who wished I played more Sony games, PlayStation games, are probably excited to hear that. Microsoft users, you probably agree with me anyway, because if you're a true fan of Microsoft, you feel like you've been insulted. You feel like you've been shit on. And now it's time to basically stand up against them. Don't buy their console. Show them, or at least stand up for everybody. Stand up for yourselves enough to make Microsoft think things through, and maybe they'll change the console, drop the price, change all these features, then maybe I'll buy an Xbox One. But right now, I don't even want it. But I got the pre-order on it just in case they do pull something out of their ass. If it doesn't change, over to PS4. I'm strictly PS4. I'm getting all games on PS4 and PC. That might mean I do more games on PC. You know what I mean? So, exciting news for a lot of people, I think. But, Microsoft, I'm disappointed in you. I've been a fan of yours since you came out in 2001. And yet you do this to people like me, and hell, I'm not even that much of a fanboy. Imagine the fanboys' reactions. I don't care. See, it was so easy for me to switch to a strictly PS4. But that's my thoughts on that, okay? Sony, I remember what was funny about the whole press conferences, when they started saying these things, yeah, they're showing their game, and they actually show what that thing looks like. It looks way cooler than the Xbox One. The Xbox One doesn't even look good, but the PS4 does look pretty cool. Until they mentioned all these things about used games, no, offline is fine, lending games is fine, you would not believe the celebration. They took the show. They stole it. It is theirs, okay? So I am happy to announce I am a strong supporter of Sony. Good job at E3. You guys really, really listened to people, unlike Microsoft, who basically just thought they knew better and still didn't listen about the Kinect. Apparently, numbers don't matter with Microsoft. Not many people bought the damn thing. Yet they make another one. It's because the camera's not in 1080p. That's why. No, that's not why. Come on. Think a bit. But that's my take on the two new consoles. I think that was the main focus of this year's E3. Okay? But now, I have a big list of games that I'm somewhat interested in. Some I just want to mention for the sake of mentioning it, or shitting on them, whatever the case would be. But I'll let you know as we go if I'm really looking into them. Okay? Let's start with via publisher. This is going to be sorted by publisher, okay? Activision Blizzard. Yes, Blizzard is now a part of Activision. So this one's not too crazy. Everyone calm down, okay? Call of Duty Ghosts. It's something I'll probably do just for the sake of Call of Duty fans. Another Call of Duty game. Oh my god, fish move away from you while you're swimming. Cool. Dogs look better. Cool. Again, it's just another Call of Duty. But people love it, so that's how it is, okay? I'm just mentioning it because I'll probably end up doing it anyway. All right, we got Deadpool, which is coming out this month. So I just wanted to mention that as well. Deadpool, based on the Marvel superhero, as well as Destiny. Now, Destiny, like I said, I'll be getting that on PS4. They have exclusive content. It's developed by Bungie. Looks pretty good. I saw some footage of it at the Sony conference, so it looks pretty good. Bethesda. If Bethesda came to E3 and announced Fallout 4, I would have been like throwing that in the air. I'd be freaking out because I want a new Fallout game. It's been so long, and I still have a Fallout series to get through. I still want to do Fallout 3 and New Vegas sometime. Hopefully Fallout 3 this in July. But, yeah. Okay. Anyway, by Bethesda, a game called The Evil Within, survival horror, not a whole lot much on it yet, looks pretty cool. Capcom, now this game I want, but this is one of those things I might miss out on. Let me explain here in just a second, you'll know. Dead Rising 3 looks so good compared to the first two Dead Risings. It actually looks like it has some thought into it. Exclusive to Xbox, it has been like that, or wait, was Dead Rising 2 exclusive to Xbox? I think it was, yeah. It's been an Xbox only game. So therefore, I'd have to get an Xbox One to enjoy Dead Rising 3. That's the thing. I hope that Xbox One changes things. But at the same time, I don't, because that's one less console I got to pay for. Like, if I bought both consoles and they both come out at the same time, with all those games, I'd be spending like $2,000 plus on games just for those months. So I kind of don't really... I hope they don't change it. That way I don't have to buy it. But that means I'd miss out on Dead Rising 3. I'm sure I'd live. But anyway, another thing I want to mention, though. If I get the Xbox One, it only does Xbox One games. It doesn't... like this is obvious. It doesn't do backwards compatibility with the original Xbox or Xbox 360 games. That makes no fucking sense. Like, I'm sorry. Microsoft is just so stupid. Anyway... You got Lost Planet 3 coming out later this year. From Deep Silver, you've got Saints Row 4. Can't wait for that. I know you guys are going to love it. You guys loved my gameplays of Saints Row 4 with all the DLCs. You guys loved it. Well, that was a little while ago. If you guys are wondering, that was a good playthrough from mine. Go check it out. It came... when did Saints Row 3 came out? Or the third, it was called, sorry. That was 2011, right? Yeah, 2011. Go check it out. It's some classic stuff. Really good. From EA, we got Battlefield 4. We got ourselves Dragon Age Inquisition, new game by BioWare. I might be doing that. That doesn't come out for way over a year. Apparently, it's targeted for Q4 2014, so fourth quarter 2014. It's pretty wild ways away. Mirror's Edge 2, not too shabby. Looks pretty good. NBA Live 14. You know how long it's been since an NBA Live game came out? Jeez, EA hasn't made an NBA game in a while because 2K Sports took care of that. But I do like basketball. I may take that. Maybe even NBA 2K14. I don't know. Maybe try a basketball game because I do like that sport. It's one of the sports that I don't mind watching. Okay? Maybe. All right, Need for Speed Rivals, which comes out for current gen and next gen consoles. Current gen first. Yeah, you get the point. Okay? Star Wars Battlefront. Oh my God! Thank God. Depending when they came out, I guess I did kind of grow up. I was a younger kid when these games came out. Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2, so flippin' awesome. I had so much fun with my friends playing that game. It's about time they bring one around. I'm so glad that they did that. Okay, that's awesome. Now, this game is an Xbox One exclusive. It doesn't look too bad. It's called Titanfall. Nothing crazy, but it does look decent. I think it would be kind of interesting for a game to play, okay? From Microsoft. Now, these are the games that I would have an interest in, but I also want to make some notes on them, okay? Forza 5. Obviously, Forza, it looks good. It looks nice. They're really upping it with these driving simulators, okay? Halo, it's a new Halo game coming out, obviously, but I'm a little tired of Halo. Everyone is. Halo 4 sucked. I didn't feel that attuned to it like I did Halo 2 or Halo 3, but who knows? Like I said, it all comes down to what Microsoft is going to be doing. Quantum Break, just something to mention. We haven't really been given too much look into it, but it is going hand in hand with the TV show. So I don't really care. I probably won't watch the TV show. I'll just play the game. This game I just want to mention for something that's kind of stupid. If you're going to make this game one of your exclusives, I'm just a little disappointed. It's called Rise, Son of Rome. The idea is there. a Roman general who's like an expert at war during like ancient times, like Greek times. You know what I mean? I saw some combat. 99% of it is quick time events. What's the fucking point? There's no skill in that. I don't know. I think it's stupid, okay? Anyway, next up from Nintendo. These are a few games that I actually want to do, but at the same time, it'd be zero profit for me. And I know it sounds kind of selfish, but keep in mind, everybody, these things are not free to run. And if I lose money, I may not be able to do this. You know what I mean? That's what people don't understand. Which is the whole point of ad block. If people block ads, they're like, well, I shouldn't have to pay for it. You're not paying for it. You're just watching a brief ad for someone who you're not paying directly. You're just watching an ad which supports them and keeps them going. That's why I hate ad block. But a lot of people don't get that. But I'm not going to get started on that because a lot of people who love ad block probably are going to shit on me for saying that. But if only they knew. They're like, oh, you'll get a real job. Well, do you want us to keep doing this? I have a real job too. I have 2 jobs. This is another one. But anyway, I'm going on. Okay, let's keep going. Sorry. Anyway, Nintendo. Bayonetta 2 exclusive because, well, Nintendo funded that whole project. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Looks sweet. I love Donkey Kong games. I haven't played them. Since I didn't get a Wii, I didn't play any of the ones on that system, but it looks a lot of fun. Mario Kart 8. Can't go wrong with Mario Kart. Loved Mario Kart 64 and for the Super Nintendo. Oh, so much fun. Super Smash Bros. U. I'm calling it that because they don't have an official name, but that's probably what they're going to end up calling it. Loved Super Smash Bros. And Super Smash Bros. Melee. Became really, really flipping good at them. But that's in the past. All right. By Sony. And these games impress me more than the Xbox exclusives. Beyond Two Souls by Quantum Dream. Is it Quantic Dream? Sorry. Is it? Yeah? They made Heavy Rain and Indigo Prophecy / Fahrenheit. Looks pretty badass. I love interactive dramas like that, although that one's a little more action-packed. Looks awesome, though. Drive Club, which is another response to the realistic driving sim. Looks awesome. Gran Turismo 6 coming out for the PS3, I believe, this year. I don't think it's a PS4 game. Infamous Second Son, looking pretty dope. Killzone Shadowfall, that is kind of a neutral thing. It's just another Killzone game for me. This game looks interesting. They only showed a trailer, no gameplay, but it's called The Order 1886. Something that I might be dipping my toe into, taking a look at that. From Square Enix, Murdered Sole Suspect. It's a puzzle, action-adventure kind of game. You know, you're basically solving a crime. And the next installment of the Thief series, so the new Thief game, that sounds awesome. Ubisoft, I actually watched their press conference. You got Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Again, it's another Assassin's Creed game. Although this game, a few moments did look like it was just Assassin's Creed 3 again with a new skin. Kind of silly in my mind. The Crew, which is basically like a huge open world MMO driving game where you can go up as a team and customize your vehicles in an appropriate situation, depending what mission you're doing. You can do it yourself or do it with your friends with tons of vehicles to choose from. Looks interesting. I'll be checking that out. Rayman Legends, which now is cross-platform. It's no longer a Wii U exclusive, coming out in early September. South Park: The Stick of Truth coming out this season. Gaming season, I should say. That's going to be a good game. I think it looks pretty funny. This game looks pretty cool. It's called Tom Clancy's The Division. It's another team-based game where you can drop in and drop out at your own will. I don't know if it's strictly for the PlayStation 4 or not. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. But it looks pretty good. As well as Splinter Cell Blacklist. Oh, man, I cannot wait for another Splinter Cell game. Coming out this August, same day as Saints Row 4. I wish they wouldn't do that and put 2 huge games on the same day, but I'll give you guys both games, I promise. Trials Fusion. New Trials game. Except this one's cross-platform, so it's not just an Xbox exclusive now, which is good news. Because if I don't go Xbox, I won't be getting it on the Xbox One. I'll be getting it on PS4. Okay? And I cannot go without mentioning this game. This game, I am literally wanting to come out tomorrow. I want to play this now. That is Watch Dogs. I saw more gameplay. Looks amazing. This is the only downside. It releases on the current gen consoles before the next gen, and I want to play it immediately, but I want the PS4 experience. Yes, I'm gonna get it on a PlayStation. Okay, I'm not getting it on Xbox or anything. Fuck that. I want the PS4 experience with this. But if it releases like a month later, I want to play the game. So it is what it is. We'll find out. I think they should have released them all on the same time or delay it for when the PS4. Make it a launch title. That'd be great. I'd buy it and get started on that immediately. The game looks so fucking awesome. I can't wait for that. Okay, sorry. I had a little bit of nerd juice going on there. All right, from Warner Brothers, we have Batman Arkham Origins, prequel to Batman Arkham Asylum. Looks sick. Dying Light, new survival horror game. Lego Marvel Superheroes. People love my Lego gameplay. You bet your ass I'm going to do that. Any sort of Lego game I'm going to try and do. And finally, a new current gen Mad Max game. Okay? Those are the games that I saw at E3 that really jumped off the page or were worth mentioning. E3 as a whole was pretty good this year. I from what I saw, things look promising. I just hope that oh shit. I gotta go. But anyway, I just realized what time it was. I hope that everyone, I hope you enjoyed what I thought about E3. I think it was a good event. PS4, Sony, I congratulate you. Good job at E3 this year. Microsoft, get the fuck on, I love saying that. Get the fuck on, Get your head out of your ass. Think a little bit. Stop trying to screw your customers over. If I were you people, do not get the Xbox One. Do not support them on this shitty, pathetic excuse for a cable box console, okay? It's not going to be worth it. PS4, I'm excited for, okay? That's my thoughts on E3 this year. Lots of great games coming out. I can't wait. PS4, I am actually anxious to try. And here's something, guys. I'm going to try next year, E3, if it's in the same time. My girlfriend needs to go to LA for a makeup thing because she's a makeup artist. So I might tag along with her. We'll go hit up E3 during the same week. So I think that might be cool to take on E3 next year. But that's just an idea for now. I'll keep you posted. Obviously, that's like a year away, so we'll go from there. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I got lots of gameplay coming your way. Plenty. So stay tuned, I assure you. So thanks again for watching, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one. Don't forget to Don't forget to go to a lake camp. Because I think it's Father's Day. Yeah, it's Father's Day today. But anyway, don't forget to favorite, comment on what you thought of E3, comment what you think I thought of E3, and subscribe if you're not already. I'd love for you on Team 8000. I know everybody. It's warm. We have cookies and milk, and yeah, we have jackets too. So you can't really go wrong with Team 8000. All right, guys. Thanks again. Take it easy. Have a good one, and we'll see you very soon for some more gameplay. So adios, people. I love you. Take it easy, guys. I just got to sign off. Peace.